Hey everyone, so back in Gen 7 there was this team called Mency Rain which basically had Specs Greninja as a win condition with Battle Bond, and it would win like more than half the time alone with this Pokemon. So what I want to do is basically try to replicate that using new Battle Bond if I can. Against this opposing Rain team though, I think I'm just going to lead off with my Zapdos to put on pressure early. I don't see anything wrong with that. They end up leading Ferrothorn, so they might just be trying to get up their hazards. I really think that my correct play here is just to weaken this as much as I can with a Z move. Hopefully they don't have Protect is the one thing. They could be a Leech Seed Protect set. I can't really afford to go out into my own Ferrothorn because if I get knocked, I will just lose to their Kingdra in the long game here. So let's just go ahead and throw off our Supersonic Sky Strike right now. Hit this as hard as we can. I might go out into Ferrothorn turn 2, just predicting like a Leech Seed. Golden Go also isn't a bad option because that's obviously also immune, but they actually go hard Swampert, I guess scouting for Heat Wave, and we're able to hit that really hard and actually just knock it out. So goodbye to that thing. We can spam Thunder this entire game now. They do still have a couple good resists to that, like the Archaludon and the Ferrothorn, but they're definitely not going to want to take too many of them, so really good start for me. Now, had I had Heat Wave, I probably would have gone for that, but I didn't, so you know what? My play worked out anyway. I'll take it. What do they even want to do now? I guess you either go back out into Ferrothorn or you go out into your Archaludon here, so they're opting for the Ferrothorn play. I could just start trying to throw off Hurricanes to weaken this, or I go Golden Go and try to trick away my Scarf right now. I think that's actually what I want to do, so let's try that. Tries to Leech Seed me. And then they go out into Pelipper. So this thing is Choice Scarf now, and I'm Damp Rock. I'm just going to throw off a nice and Power Gem. Actually, Shadow Ball is better because they might be faster than me with the Choice Scarf and would want to go for a U-turn. They really shouldn't be, though, is the thing. I don't know what to think about this. I'm going to go for Shadow Ball. It feels like the best all-around neutral play. Power Gem would have done more. They do go right for the Scald, so they're locked into that, and we know it. So how can I use that to my advantage? I really think I just want to stay in some more and go right for a Power Gem this time. They might try to switch out here, just preserving their Pelipper, but they might also just rely on me getting up the range for them later, so who really knows? It's just unfortunate because I think because I went for Shadow Ball the first time, this Power Gem might not actually pick up the KO. Yeah, it lives on 1%, but it's not like they can really switch out here. They do get the burn, unfortunately. I'll go right for Shadow Ball and mix up my play again right there. That damage is really nice, and what I can do here is just go out into my Zapdos and Hurricane a few times. I mean, I'm sure they go for Leech Seed. I'll get my first Hurricane off and then go Ferrothorn and Knock. I think, unfortunately, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this Kingdra. That's the problem right now. So this thing is just going to start getting up hazards here, right? Okay, it's actually going for IDEF, which is totally cool. That means it has Body Press, though. I guess it is what it is. I just have to take the hit. There's literally nothing else I can do about that. We're just going to have to not set up Rain for the Kingdra and hope that works out. I guess I go Greninja now and Dark Pulse. It should kill this. We are Choice Specs after all, so I would imagine that not Choice Specs could do 20% to a Ferrothorn. They don't actually have any switch-ins. I'm wondering if I can just win with this Pokemon right now. I might honestly go for it, depending on what plays they make. Like, after okay, they go hard Archaludon. Greninja is my win condition. That's AV. 100% AV. I think I see how I win this before Kingdra wins. I'm going to go Swampert here. They go for Aura Sphere. That's totally good. We're going to get up our rocks so they can't get up the Rain with their Pelipper, ideally. And then basically I just have to get a Battle Bond and we sweep with the Dark Pulse from that position, I think. Because when our Archaludon comes back in, it'll be below 60%. That's hopefully enough for my Dark Pulse to pick it off. Okay, so their Pelipper is dead on entry if they don't defog with Tornadus. We're going to go ahead and throw off Earthquake now. Almost knock that out. I actually want them to knock me out, funnily enough. So do I Rocks again here, just to give them the kill? Yeah, go ahead and knock me out right there. And I'm going to go for game right now with this Pokemon. Can I Surf? No, I have to Dark Pulse. But I think I win with this because this is AV. I would imagine Tornadus has a Z move, right? They might sack off their Pelipper, but then go who after? Nobody wants to come back in on this anyway. I guess you can prevent my Battle Bond if you really want to, but does it help you, right? That's the tricky part for them. I guess maybe it does, because what they're going to do is go Kingdra right after and throw off a Draco Meteor. But all I have to do is switch out and come back in, I think, and then that'll be fine. Because then I'll guarantee Battle Bond and win the game anyway. So I'll sack off my Zapdos to the Specs Draco Meteor if they go Pelipper here. And then I'll come back in and Dark Pulse. So there's the Pelipper sack. I think their only play is into the Kingdra to Draco Meteor, right? I could be wrong about that. Maybe they go Tornadus, but I don't think Tornadus is a good play. It is Tornadus. I feel like this has to go for Supersonic Sky Strike here. So we're going to switch out. There's the Supersonic Sky Strike, yeah. Sacking Greninja is like the only way I lose, so I really can't afford to be doing that right now. I am a bit nervous, though. Let's go right for the Hurricane here. I'm just trying to guarantee my Greninja win. Basically, it just takes one boost and I'm good to go. So, actually, Weather Ball might be the better play just to weaken this into range of Dark Pulse. I don't want to knock it out. That would be the mistake here. I could also just Roost and try to win with Zapdos, honestly. Should I just go for the Zapdos win? Okay, goes ahead and defogs. We get back up to full health there. So, the defog is a bit tricky, but I'm not too concerned. Let's go for a Thunder now. Sacks off the Archaludon. I think it comes down to whether I can land Hurricane once into Ferrothorn to KO that. Because it will kill, I believe. How much did I do earlier? I just gotta land this. And we do, nice, yeah. Like, they were gonna go for the Hurricane dodge to get Leech Seed recovery. And that would have won them the game, but thankfully Zapdos just comes through right there. Here's the Kingdra. At this point, all I gotta do to win is make sure Rain doesn't go up and weaken this a little bit for Greninja. So we'll go ahead and throw off Weather Balls just to do that. We do 27. They turn out to be Life Orb. I mean, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and throw off Thunder here in case you switch out. And then I'm pretty sure that my Greninja Dark Pulse with Choice Specs will do 54. This thing is really strong even without the boost already, so it'll win the game right here, definitely. Even if it doesn't, like, Tornadus might live, but then they would have to... What's it called? Hurricane confuse my Pelipper. We'll Calc, though, against Tornadus just to guarantee it, because if Dark Pulse doesn't kill, the best play might be to switch out into Pelipper, get the Rain back up, come in, and click Choice Spec Surf under Rain to knock that out. I guess while we're here, I'm pretty sure this will knock out the Pokemon in front of me, so we'll go ahead and Calc that. Tornadus T, fully offensive. Dark Pulse actually doesn't kill, but Surf under Rain does, so yeah. We're going for our guaranteed win right here by sacking the Pelipper. Go ahead and do your Hurricane. And then Choice Spec Surf will go ahead and OHKO this. And I don't have Hydro Pump, I don't have to risk a miss or anything. As we see, if I put in... Where is it? Rain? Am I blind? Rain Surf does a minimum of 102%, so we come back in right here, hit them with the Surf. It actually lived, so they had some sort of HP investment. Thankfully, I didn't get confused by Hurricane or anything, but had I known that would live, I would have just Dark Pulsed and then gone for the Pelipper Scald, but that still risks Hurricane confusion, so I'm not even sure that would have made a difference. Anyway, we win the game, so that's what matters. We have our second game against a Kartana team, so definitely don't like to see that Pokemon when you're running a Rain team. However, if I can pressure this Tinglu enough, Goldengo might be able to sweep this game with Shadow Ball. They do have immunity as well, though, so I have to weaken that thing. Or maybe just put it in range of Make It Rain, huh? Yeah, not the easiest matchup, but we'll try to figure it out. I think Kartana plus these two might give my win conditions a little bit of a hard time. It's okay, though. They're going to lead off with either their Bird or their Tinglu, the way I see it. It could be Lottie, but I think that's less likely. It is Lottie. Okay, so I really am tempted to just go for Trick right now, anticipating the Tinglu, but it feels way too aggro turn 1 to just go for that. Plus, my Scarf does have some usefulness here, so... But they're just going to go out into that and try to get up rocks, right? Is there any sort of mid-ground I could make here that would be a good play? Well, they would never go for Luster Purge, so I can go Swampert, and if they Mystical Fire, then I won't take too much damage, and we'll be okay in that spot. Let's see. Yeah, like, okay, I could have easily just Shadow Balled this thing, unfortunately. They're going to go for the Luster Purge now. They actually flip turn out, which is totally fine as well. So Lottie gets a bit of free damage off, which is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I really think this thing is going for rocks right here, so let's go ahead and trick it. Make sure that I'm getting a recovery, and now I get to throw off an attack on something in the back. So let's hit them with Make It Rain. They go Terapagos, so we do break that ability. This is the damage that I needed. Really happy about that. It actually does a lot, too. The only issue is I don't have good switch-ins to this Pokemon, so I really kind of just want to Make It Rain some more and weaken this into everything on my team, into range of everything. We're obviously going for a Spec Surf win, so weakening Lottie is the main game plan here. Let's just go ahead and Make It Rain again, as we get this thing really low. Okay, pretty happy about the way this worked out, honestly. They can't Rapid Spin in front of this, so I don't know why they Terra Starstormed. Predicting what? And right here, I could keep this as a sack. It just feels like a throw to do that, though, at this point. Like, I was willing to sack it anyway. Oh, okay, well, if that's the plan, let's go ahead and defog all of that away right now. No, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm sorry. They get up another spike right there. I believe my best play is just to go out into Mega Swampert and either get up my rocks or go right for a liquidation. I think I'll just liquidation. This player doesn't seem to really care about the Pokemon I'm sending out, so I'm just going to knock that out when I can. And basically, with that thing out of the way, I don't have to click Surf with Greninja. I can click Dark Pulse and win the game instead. I mean, they do have one more resist in Zapdos Galar, so it's still a bit tricky. Goes ahead and clicks Leaf Blade. Wish I knew whether this was locked into that, but if it is, Zapdos will beat it here. If it's not, then it's still okay. I'll throw out my Z move because they might try to pivot through Lottie here, and I would rather just OHKO that or do as much damage as I can as it comes in, just so Surf can win. So yeah, Lottie does come in, and we're going to do like 70%. Had I gone for the regular Hurricane, I would not have actually put it in range of Greninja at all, so I actually wish they didn't knock me out, or they knocked me out, so that way I could just go Greninja and win right now. However, that's assuming they have no Focus Sashes, so maybe not the best plan ever. I do think I just win this game, though, using my Greninja. So out comes Zapdos. I mean, it's fine. I just go ahead and let them knock me out, I guess. Goes ahead and U-turns. Okay, it is what it is. How do I win this game? So out comes Petra, and I want to get up my Spike, just so I can break Sash on Kartana in case it is Sash. Yeah, it would be like a throw to just go Greninja right now. Let's get up a Spike. Goes ahead and Parting Shots into Kartana. Okay, that's totally cool. I would guess Sacred Sword comes out here. Let's go ahead and bring out Pelipper, because I don't want to sack off that Pokemon then lose to Leaf Blade earlier, right? That would be a really cool way to throw the game, so I'll just Scald now as Petulant comes right in. I actually will be slower than this, so we can U-turn right here. And if I get the slow U-turn on this thing, then yeah, I just won the game with Greninja, I believe. Surf Under Rain with a Choice Spec should kill Petulant. It actually doesn't. And they crit Malignant Chain and almost win the game just off the crit alone, but we're still going to sweep this team right now with Choice Spec Surf. Yeah, there we go. This team does have some good rain countermeasures, most notably Chilly Reception Gloking. They can also reverse the weather with their Tyranitar, so gonna be tricky. Rillaboom is never a Pokemon you want to see when you're running rain either, so not the easiest matchup, but I'm not expecting them all to be free, right? Let's lead off with my... I really like Zapdos lead here. It's just if they lead Treads immediately, I would be a bit in a bad spot, I'm gonna be honest. They lead Urshifu, so how do I feel about this? Am I willing to stay in to get up my rocks? Do I want to switch out, anticipating a U-turn into Zapdos and go for Static Para? Those are all good plays. They would never click Surging Strikes when I have a Ferrothorn the way I see it. If I'm them here, I'm clicking Close Combat or U-turn, so let's go Golden Go here and hope that it's a close combat. I don't get that play. Like, if I go Ferrothorn right there, I guess maybe they knew I wouldn't risk Ferrothorn. That would be like the explanation for that. Looks like they're Choice Scarfed. Okay. Well, not the start I wanted, obviously. This could have Heat Wave. I think I kind of want to just stay in at this point, but if I lose this Mon, then I don't have any counter to Urshifu. Okay, they do have Heat Waves, so We do make the correct play there. I think they're going to Volt Switch out into their Tyranitar. I'll just throw off Thunder. As Treads comes in. I mean, Treads can't hurt me too badly, so I'm not too sad about this. Let's go Pert here and actually put on some pressure onto their team, I think is what I got to do. Goes Rillaboom. Okay, so this thing could be scary with SD. Let's consider that. Gonna go Golden Go here on the knockoff and then bring out my Zapdos and Roost up, I guess. I mean, they might go Iron Treads again. Because it's actually Glowking, so they were scouting for Heat Wave, I guess. Let's Hurricane here, as we actually get a pretty strong hit off. And now I'm gonna go for the Z move and hope they stay in. I kind of need them to. If they don't, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose this one, unfortunately. Like, their correct plays go T-Tar or Treads, but they do stay in getting careless, so I think this will... Dude, Slowking Galar is insane. So now they're definitely going to switch out. I might as well predict that and go out into, like, Pert here, anticipating one of those Pokemon. Yeah. I have no idea whether I live in EQ, but I'm just going to hope I can and Flip Turn here. They might just Rapid Spin, honestly, to get rid of my hazards, but I would take the damage into this. That would give me some sort of opening. Seeing Rillaboom is pretty good for me too. I gotta go U here, and yeah, this is brutal. I don't think I can win this game, unfortunately. Unless they like throw horribly and give me the Rillaboom at some point. Sets up another future sight. Okay. It is what it is. Goes Treads. We are getting really lucky with the Zapdos hacks right now, I'll admit that. Just go U on the Rapid Spin, and I guess get up a Spike. Go Zapdos. Okay, I don't have any switch-ins to this Pokemon. I do know that they're never going to predict, though, so I might as well just, like, anticipate that. Try to Roost back up here. Goes for Volt Switch. Is there any way I can find an opening in this game to win? I gotta use my Greninja sooner rather than later. Okay, so we do finally miss one. I really think that I should just forfeit, but I'm trying to do something here. That's the idea. Just Hurricane again and let this go down. I'll just go for the Greninja win. Maybe they don't have Grassy Glide for some reason. Yeah, I have to go Greninja. There's no other play. And we'll just start surfing. Maybe I have to rely on Greninja without the Battle Bond to be able to do something for me here. I really wish I just went Ferrothorn turn 1, but it felt so careless for them to make the play they did. Goes for CC that time. Okay. So we do get a correct play there, which is nice. Can Shuriken maybe sweep? I doubt it. I think I see a way I can win, though. So let's U-turn on the T-Tar at least, get that thing out of there. And we're going to bring out our... this guy and Flip Turn. See how they react. It's going to be with a Zapdos. Okay. I got to flinch this right now. Unless Spec Surf kills. I guess we'll calc. How bulky would they have to be to live a Surf right here? Okay, so max HP just eats it. Based on the Flip Turn damage I did, they're like fully defensive, so they have max HP investment. Meaning I have to go for a Dark Pulse flinch here. Or a Surf crit. Surf have any chance of killing? No, it doesn't. Okay, well that's what I needed. I had to play for that. So I'll take it, I guess. We'll Dark Pulse again right now. I think they just let this go down, but it does kind of win otherwise, so I don't know if they would want to. They do, so happy about that. They have to go Rillaboom and click Grassy Glide here, so we're gonna go U. Okay. There's actually a chance I can win, maybe, because of that flinch. Is it ever worth spiking again? I do like the spike play. I do also like just clicking knockoff, I'm gonna be honest. We knock out the Slowking. Okay. Really big for me right there. I have to keep Ferrothorn. I can't sack this, otherwise I just lose to Rillaboom. So let's remember that. I think this is where I let my Pelipper go down for the last time, as they low kick. Okay. I could choose to defog. They're going to be faster than me. It doesn't really matter what I do here. Just Scald and then go Pert. And I can just click Liquidation, really. That's what I got to do here. I think they sack this, I'm going to be honest. Oh, it doesn't matter. I just lost to Urshifu clicking close combat because I sacked Pelipper. But there was nothing else I could sack, really. Like, I needed everything on my team. Maybe I could get, like, 5 hits with Water Shuriken and knock out the Urshifu. That would be the way. Sacks off the treads. Yeah, I can't beat this Urshifu unless Ferrothorn takes it from 91%. But then I lose to Glide anyway. Urshifu, Rapid Strike. That does so much damage, dude. So there it is. If I go Ferrothorn, I can try to Water Shuriken, but then I'll still lose to Rillaboom. So I gotta play off the throw, basically, of them clicking close, of them clicking something else. I'll just stay in. They do CC. Is there any shot I can do something here? We can't get Battle Bond again, we know that. I have to go Greninja, and I think just click a Water Shuriken. Goes hard to Rillaboom. If I Dark Pulse there, do I win? I don't know. I don't think I do. So basically, I gotta land 5 hits right now, or I switch out. But they just U-turn every time, so switching out doesn't do anything. I have to get 5 Water Shuriken hits. 1, 2, 3. It looks like 5 might not even kill. I got 4. And yeah, that's gonna be the entire video game. I'll just go ahead and forfeit. GG's, man. We have our next game. Definitely happens that matchup wasn't the easiest. Let's try to focus on this game, though, and see if we can pick up a win. The main threat to my team here is this Dragonite. That mon is really scary when you're running Rain. Thankfully, I do have a Choice Scarfer that's great speed control for it, so I'm happy about that. They do lead Diancie. Okay, this is exactly what I was anticipating right here. Last time, I didn't attack what was in front of me with Golden Go. Let's just go ahead and do that. They do Scout. Good play. I guess I go Pelipper here on the rocks. I could try to defog, but I'm pretty sure this is going to have Taunt anyway, so it's really the point, right? They pretty much know that I'm Choice Scarf now, but they don't have to assume that. I could just be like a very offensive set. But what other set would have max special attack investment besides Choice Scarf? That would do Choice Scarf damage, right? They would have seen like Air Balloon probably otherwise. Unless they think I'm Z-move, it could be like that potentially. So Pelipper comes in. Yeah, they go for their rocks. I think I want to try to defog even though I know they're just going to taunt me here. Okay, they actually don't, so I'm glad I made the play that I did. So this is where I use my Ferrothorn. I don't think Ferrothorn is beating Iron Valiant anyway because that's a fighting type Pokemon. I need Golden Go to do that for me. So they actually go for Gunk Shot. Great turn for me. I'm going to go right for a... Spike is probably the best play. I mean, I could knock off somebody's item too. I don't hate that. Let's actually get a knockoff going here. Spike isn't too useful when like a lot of their win conditions like Dragonite and maybe a Fat Corviknight are just going to be immune to spikes anyway. I would rather try to get up rocks later as my hazard option. So let's go ahead and layer up or get a knockoff going right now. Best case, I get the Rocky Helmet on Corviknight right here, or I guess maybe they'll give me Heatran's item. That would be the other likely possibility. I don't think they have any reason to stay in. Diancie would be really aggro because they don't know whether I have Gyro Ball. So let's see what this is. We get rid of a Choice Band. Now here's the thing. Without the Choice Band, I'm pretty sure I can live a close combat. I don't even know if they would want to go for close combat. If they're making smart plays here, they'll go for the Heatran this turn, but let's Gyro Ball just in case they want to close combat right now. I really want to knock off again, anticipating the Heatran, because that is the correct play from them. It covers like everything I would want to do. It covers the Golden Go, it covers the Gyro Ball I would go for to knock this out, and knockoff would be the play that does well into Heatran, but do they see that? No, they don't. So I don't overpredict. We do just attack the Iron Valiant in front of us, and thankfully I didn't go for that knockoff, anticipating the Heatran, right? That's like one of those plays where I would have to like know my opponent is really good at the game to be able to read it, and that's not really something you want to do on ladder, right? That's more of a tournament play. So we're able to knock out the Iron Valiant. Now what are they going to do? I guess I can just stay in. I'm sure they just knock me out though. I would guess Earth Power comes out this turn. I could choose to go Swampert and just take the Earth Power with that and flip turn out. Kind of like that idea and keep my Ferrothorn. Yeah, because like Ferrothorn could still use its Iron Barbs to break the Dragonite's multi-scale. I really like that possibility. And this is a free flip turn on the Rocky Helmet Corviknight. And I'll be able to bring out my Zapdos here, which they have really limited switch-ins to at this point in the game. I actually want to go for the Weather Ball, I'm thinking, but I don't think I have any reason to make plays when I'm already ahead. Like, I know Heatran's coming in. That's the thing. You know what? Let's try to make a play here and Weather Ball the Heatran. Does it even do anything for me, though? Like, if I Weather Ball Heatran and do a lot of damage to it, yes, it's good for Golden Go, but I don't think that really helps me overall. I think the Thunder Chip would be similar here, so let's just make the safe play. Okay, so let's go Pelipper again. I'm sure they're just going to get up their rocks, or at least try to a second time here. I really am curious about whether this set has Taunt or not. Last time I clicked Defog and they didn't anticipate it, so I was able to get my Defog off. Are they going to Taunt this time to not take the water move? That's the thing. I really think that they're going to Taunt this time around if I go Pelipper on rocks. So I might just throw off a Scald immediately. Or even just a U-turn to get momentum on this Pokemon. Let's see. But I also really want to think that had they had a Taunt, they would have clicked it last time. Let's go for Scald here, anticipating a Taunt. Worst case, I get damage on somebody else, which I'm still happy with, right? So, yeah, they don't really have great switch-ins to a Scald anyway. And if they stay in here and do something else, like Toxic, I'll go for the Defog the following turn, right? That would definitely be the correct play the way I see it. They go for Magma Storm. Okay, so we're going to get to Scald this thing. Do a very nice amount of damage. I don't know if they have Protect, but I'm going to try to Defog here. And if we can get rid of hazards, that'll keep my Zapdos healthy. Golden goes at what, 100? Okay, that's really useful for Dragonite. I just wish I had an opportunity to get up my own rocks, but there's a Mega Diancie there now, so I really can't click that as freely as I would like. They're just wasting my rain turns now. This is really frustrating. Should I just Scald? No, I think Roost is correct. They do land both their Magma Storms. Okay, it is what it is. I'm not taking too much damage from those. I can get up a rain later. It's fine. Let's just Roost off the damage they're doing. Keep Pelipper healthy so I can get up a rain guaranteed later on in the game. So Scald did how much? 49. Let's Scald again. I don't want to Scald if they switch out. They clearly don't have Taunt, so let's Defog here and then U-turn on the rocks the next time, if that's how they want to play it. This player might just time out, though. They take, like, forever every turn. I'm pretty sure I win this, but, like, I want to see myself win it. I don't want to just get a timeout win, right? So we do make the correct play. Scald would have done a lot to that thing, though, so I'm surprised they made the play they did. Probably a rock move coming out here. Let's be aggro potentially and go Golden Go. I could see Earth Power for sure, though. Are they going to time out? I don't want to time out win. Come on, click a move. Well, it is what it is. Let's just move on. Well, it would have been nice to see how that would have played out because their Dragonite did still have potential for them. This team is really scary because they have Dragonite plus King Gambit. I could go for the Surf win with Greninja, but Dragonite's right there just stopping me the entire time, so definitely not preferable. Ends up leading off with a Booster Speed Treads. Well, this thing wants to go for rocks, obviously. Meaning I'll just go U, and honestly, should I just start throwing off liquidations? It's not the worst plan ever. As they get a rapid spin off. I mean, I could go for rocks and try to go Golden Go, but it doesn't do anything. My correct play is just Flip Turn. They might like Steel Beam. They actually have Endeavor. Okay, a really bad start. I don't know why they're talking crap to me in chat, but you know what? Not gonna... Let's just go ahead and... That's not the opponent. There we go. Let's move on and bring out our... Who do I want to go? I mean, Greninja can definitely win, but like I said, Dragonite's right there. Who do is... I want to go Golden Go here, hoping they go Charizard and get careless. So that would be really funny. Let's see. Can you go Charizard and just get Power Jammed, or Volcarona even? That would be so funny, dude. Come on. I hope they're not Pursuit King Gambit, because that would literally come in for free right now and just knock me out. But, like, I could have Focus Blast, and they would have to consider that, so... Come on, just bring out one of your fire types. I want to see you get OHKO'd by Power Jam. If I was like that guy, I would talk crap to them back in the chat after they get caught by this power gem right now. But I'm not going to do it. Let's just go ahead and get our win, ideally, and move on. Come on, just go Zard-Y or Volcarona. I want to see it happen, dude. Please. I mean, like, Great Tusk is also a good play, especially if you're also booster speed on that. But, like, does Great Tusk even run booster speed? Because it usually relies on Rapid Spin to get its speed boost, so... Every player on ladder today takes like 10 billion turns, like 10 billion seconds per turn. I'll go ahead and pause the video until they actually send out something. Now here's an interesting scenario. They end up bringing out their Dragonite, which could go for Dragon Dance. However, if I Power Gem them, I think I 2-hit KO. It's just bad if they go for Earthquake immediately, but I don't think this player is gonna think hard enough to actually go for Earthquake. So we're gonna Power Gem, not do a lot, honestly. But I think it's enough. So now I can go for power. Well, they're going to Earthquake here, right? Should I Power Gem again and let them knock me out? Or should I go Pelipper on the Earthquake? I think I need the damage more than anything. So I have to go for Power Gem. It would be so funny if I just crit them right now and knock them out. Okay, we don't. I mean, okay, what's going to happen here? I think they're going to go ahead and throw off their Z move on the next Pokemon I bring out. So let's go U. Z move comes out this turn. It doesn't have to be Z move actually. Let's just go for Gyro Ball, as it was devastating Drake. So I'm glad I didn't switch out or anything. That would have been a throw. And now we're in this 5v4 spot where, because they sacked off their Dragonite, I think this player is going to lose to my Greninja. So we go U here. They're going to try to Quiver Dance twice, I guess. But I should never lose to this Mon. Yeah, let's U-turn out. If they want to go ahead and knock me out here with anything, that's fine. If they don't Quiver Dance again, I go Swampert. If they do Quiver Dance, I have to go with Zapdos, which should tank a Fire move. We know they can't have any sort of Z move at all, and then basically the goal is to... Yeah, they do QD again, so it has to be this. I should live anything, and Supersonic Sky Strike will come through right now and weaken this to the point that I need it to be for Greninja Water Shuriken. Yeah, so that does a lot. And how do we go about this here? I guess, I mean, Roost could win them the game if they go for that. I don't think I can keep Zapdos though, so let's just go for Hurricane. Then we go U, and Water Shuriken hopefully kills. It is Specs under range, super effective, so I would hope that it can do the job, but I have no idea. It's going to come down to a Sack Ore in the end, which I might end up losing, we'll have to see. Kingambit's still at full. But I gotta get rid of this Volcarona first and foremost, so let's try to prioritize that right now. Yeah, I don't know, like, do they stand with Volk? If they think they can live, maybe, but we have Choice Specs Water Shuriken under rain right now. I'm just hoping this can get the job done. As it does, so goodbye to that thing. We're still in the game. Who wants to come out now? Kingambit? I mean, they really do have a lot of good options, unfortunately. I think their play is going to be into Charizard and click Solar Beam. So I'll go Ferrothorn on the Solar Beam and then Pelipper on the Weather Ball. And basically we're trying to... Wait, what? So you're going to tell me that I'm making horrible plays and then do that? Sure, man. Ferrothorn on the Earthquake. Oh, it's this set. Okay, wait, this is actually great. Because I think Spec Surf OHKOs this and then I can win from there. So let's Gyro Ball. We do way too much damage. I think we win. Because they're gonna... I mean, they might Dragon Dance again, actually. But I think the Gyro Ball would do too much then. For Water Shuriken later. I don't know how this works out now. I mean, they have to Flare Blitz me to knock me out. That's one thing. I could choose to keep this and sack off my Pelipper. Is that the correct play? And then go for the... No, that's not the correct play. I just let them do their thing. I think it literally comes down to how many water shuriken hits I can land. Scald here. I mean, they're going to Dragon Claw, right? I could choose to switch out. I don't think there's any point. It just comes down to this. I think I need 4, probably, if I had to guess. Come on, show me the 4. Maybe I only need 3. I mean, Greninja is really strong. We got 3, okay. So here's the thing. King Gambit exists. I just have to stay in and hope that I can 1v1 this Mon in the long term. Worst case, I'll have to outplay Sucker Punches with Mega Swampert, but I'll do that if I need to. They go for Sucker Punch. I think we beat this player. Yeah, there we go, dude. They played it really badly. I don't know why they sacked their Great Tusk, but I'll take the win. Okay, so that was actually a pretty long game, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up right there. I did hope you all enjoyed this. Turns out Specs Greninja still does work on Rain, so very happy to see that. You can basically run any Water-type Pokemon on Rain if you want, right? But Greninja definitely came through in this video. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Later.